My service learning project took place in the Outback Farm here at Western. There I found my big picture idea, which was the practice of bio-intensive gardening and specifically the benefits it yields to the Outback Farm. At the farm, I learned about their numerous programs to get involved, including things like work parties, which is what I did, helping maintain their compost system, and the community garden available to Western students. During the work party I attended with a couple friends, we helped weed beds that were soon to be planted with cover crop of hairy vetch and ryegrass. In class, we learned about how bio-intensive gardens utilize companion planting as a method of maintaining biodiversity. Hairy vetch and ryegrass are both very cold hardy and can live through the winter. While the rye holds the soil in place, preventing things like water runoff and eutrophication, the hairy vetch is fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere, where it is inaccessible to plants and making it accessible in the soil. These cover crops will then be tilled into the soil come March and April and will add nutrients for future crops and improve soil structure. While I was weeding and working hard at the Outback, I couldn't help but notice how rich and dark the soil was. I learned that they utilize crop rotation planting to preserve essential nutrients in the soil, and their compost system is widely used across the farm. Most of the compost consists primarily of vegetable and kitchen scraps from students, as well as scraps from the garden. So for example, all the weeds we pulled during our work party became part of the compost. This compost system enables the farm to cut down irrigation needs because the organic compost holds water, while the plants and the cover crops hold the soil in place. Composting also helps them reduce fertilizer costs because they basically make their own fertilizer, and it all comes from the farm itself. All plants in the educational garden are organic and free of chemical pesticides, which is great because I ate a lot of carrots while weeding, because who doesn't like free carrots? Because the plants are all organic, the farm is really big on cultivating non-GMO plants. We learned in class that GMO plants are plants that have been modified primarily to resist herbicides like Roundup. Since the farm puts great value on growing natural and organic plants, GMOs are essentially non-existent in the farm. Even the student-maintained community garden plots don't have GMO plants. Several weeks later, I went back to the farm to collect some more footage for this project. As I wandered around and explored the farm on my own, I discovered a native berry patch. There planted was salal, Oregon grape, huckleberry, and even trailing blackberry. Seeing how much the farm values diversity, not just in their crops, but also native plant diversity, was really cool. I found out they grow these native berries and other native plants for work parties like in the Seahome Arboretum, where they go and they replant these native species in order to restore the health of the arb's ecosystem. As I wandered, I also found a great resource area for students who would like to start their own plot in the community garden. After going to that work party and learning about bio-intensive gardening in class, I'm super interested in getting a plot for myself this next spring.